The funny thing, isn't it, when you look at television and why so many things you're not patriotic enough. I don't understand it over here. I don't know if it's the same in your part of the world, but now seemingly it's wrong to be celebratory of your national heritage. We have problems, as I've told you before, about flying our flags, whether it be the St. George's Day flag or indeed the British flag, the Union Jack. I am always really thrilled to see any nation's flag flying whenever I've visited a country, simply because it shows that they're proud of their heritage. Why not? Why shouldn't you be? Now, over here recently, of course, we've had the commemorative service for the D-Day 80 celebrations. And I don't mean celebrations, but you know what I mean. It's nice to celebrate all of those that did so much for us and think, of course, at great length of the loss that encountered. We know about the debacle with Rishi Sunak, and of course I thought His Majesty the King spoke so eloquently at that particular service. I thought Camilla did a terrific job too, and definitely was a wonderful ambassador for such an occasion. But it's interesting because actually ITV, the commercial channel over here, decided that they were going to film this very special concert, which was held at the wonderful Royal Albert Hall in the very heart of London in Kensington, and then decided to broadcast it. But as ever, seemingly they had a problem being British. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you today. Thank you so much for your time, as ever. Yes, we'll have a lovely quick wave. But yes, of course, have you been to the Royal Albert Hall? What a place. Have you noticed? What a marvellous place that actually is, When you go in there, you kind of wonder about all the wonderful men and women who had top hat and tails wandering around when it first opened. What it must have been like, of course, when Queen Victoria first clapped her eyes on it and looked around the building and thought, wow, this is not bad, Just a wonderful place, isn't it? Now, this was the place that ITV decided to film the concert, as I say, a commemorative concert for D-Day. And it had many wonderful people attached to that particular production. But it was interesting, you see, because first and foremost, they decided to put this out at 4 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. Now, I don't know about you, but this would have been excellent, I think, in prime time. There's no two ways about it. But what was also rather interesting is when you think of the great Britishness of that, just the fact that what we were looking at and remembering and thinking about, all those wonderful people that gave their all on D-Day and throughout the Second World War, the code breakers, the brave men and women, the soldiers, the army, the navy, the air force. Well, guess what? They decided to edit out the Elgar track, Nimrod. And not only that, failed to put in the Dambusters March. Way too British, you see. But rest assured, they managed to fit in the pop star Lulu from the 1960s singing a Disney song. Now, you can either put this down to the stupidity of the production team, or indeed the fact that, once again, you may say a major channel over here in the United Kingdom simply does not want to applaud anything Britishness. Either way, it didn't go unnoticed, and sadly, given the poor airtime that ITV decided to afford such a spectacular production, it didn't rate very well either. Such a shame. I'd love to know what you think to the removal of Elgar and indeed our marvellous Dambusters March. Why on earth would they decide to exclude it, but keep Lulu in singing Disney? It baffles belief, sure you'll agree. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.